Rethink email. Save time, reduce stress. That's right, I said it. We're setting up an email system that's going to save us time and reduce our stress, not the other way around. Yes, we can do this, folks. What we're going to do is set up a system and rethink our email, all right? Once we get this set up, we're going to only check it periodically. We're going to check it in the morning, we're going to check it in the afternoon, and maybe before we leave. Or maybe we have a planning or a duty block where we're going to check it. But we are going to schedule when we check our email, and we are going to be proactive and control that process. We are also going to turn off our notifications. So on our laptops, no more dings, slide ups, pop-ups, whatever. We're going to have our emails on our phone if we choose for convenience, but we're going to turn off the notifications so it's not going to buzz in our pocket or pop up. And we're not going to be distracted by our email. We're going to be proactive and go in and check it when we choose. We're also going to have it organized. So number 3, if you see a message, we're going to act on it or we're going to archive it. No matter what, those are your 2 options. Reply, if it's a short one. So since we're scheduling our emails and time to handle them, if it's a small enough couple-minute email, we are going to act on it. We're going to reply, we're going to deal with it, we're going to archive it. If it's something that we don't need at all, archive it. If it's something that we need to do, and maybe it's part of our to-do list or tasks, or we need to follow up, we're going to then categorize it. So we're going to add a category and archive it. So our actual inbox is going to go down to 0. We may have some follow-ups and some other things in categories, which I will show you. But this rethinking of our email is going to be proactive, where we're in control, which will reduce our stress and save us time in the long run. All right, so I'm starting out in my inbox. I have 26 messages. Whew. So time sensitive. I know what this one is. I need to follow up. So I'm going to categorize follow up. Once I do that, it's tagged as followed up, but it's still sitting here in my inbox. I need to archive it. Archived. Meeting agenda. I know where to find that. I know when the meeting is. Archive. Announcements. I was here for these announcements, so I heard them verbally. Archive. FLD reminder. I sent the email. Archive. We are teachers. I want to read. Right click. Categorize. Read later. Tagged it. Archive. Notice that now I have the We Are Teachers. That's the one I just had right there, and I can come back and read that later. This task is a to-do action. So instead of filing it over here as a follow-up, let's say I don't need to follow up to her. I just need to add a task. Add a task. Once it's there, I don't need to follow up, and I can come in here and just archive. If I have one that's waiting, let's say this one I'm waiting for somebody else, categorize, waiting, tagged, then archive, okay? Once I go over here to these and I'm actually working through the follow-up, the waiting, the read, I click on this message, I read this, and I don't want it anymore. It's already archived, so I can't get rid of it. How I remove it from this section of read is I just click the little X by the tag. I can right-click, categorize, and uncheck it here as well. Or just X out the little tag up there. Then it will remove the tag. It's still archived, but it doesn't show up in my favorites here. So that's how I remove it from this area. It's still searchable. I can still find it in my archive. And we can't forget about junk mail, people. So let's click over on our junk mail, quickly scan through. Nothing that I need at this point. So then I'm just going to click empty folder, delete all, goodbye junk mail. All right, let's take a look at my email setup. And remember, we're rethinking email, right? So we're going to keep these 2 traditional folders, the inbox and the junk mail, because we need to check those on the daily. But then we're going to add 3 new categories to our setup. So we need to add our inbox and our junk mail to our favorites. So I'm going to right click on inbox and just select Add to Favorites. And then I'm gonna right click on my junk mail and do the same thing, Add to Favorites. So the next step is to add our 3 categories. Right click on an email message, select Categorize and Manage Categories. You notice my 3 categories appear here. You need to create yours. And in order to do so, you just click Create Category, give it a name, add a color, and click Save. And then you can easily create your categories. I prefer follow-up, waiting, and read in those colors. You select what you want to select. But then in order for it to show up over here in the favorites section of my email, I need to make these a favorite. So I'm going to star these from this page, and it'll automatically add them to my favorite section over here. Next, I want to organize my email. So if you have any folders open down here, I would just collapse them all and make sure all your folders are closed. The next thing I want to do is organize up here. So you may like this order, and it's totally a personal decision. Personally, for me, I'm going to change it a little bit, and I've just started using it this way, and I just prefer it moving forward. So I like to have my categories first, then my inbox and junk mail. But organizing this section is a personal preference. So go ahead and organize it however you see fit. And now we need to customize some quick actions. When I hover over a message, I get these little quick actions. The default is to have a trash can here to delete, but we actually want to change it to archive like I have right here. So here's how we do it. Top right, click on Settings, and then scroll down to View All Outlook Settings, and then Customize Actions, and then we have these quick actions here. So you want to uncheck Delete and make sure Archive is checked. These other ones you can customize to how you want. If you're a folder person, you may want Move to Folder. However, being an archive person, this is how I have it set up. I use the Mark as Read or Unread button all the time, and I use the Archive button all the time. And that's it. Once you change those settings there and you X out, once you hover over, you should see it how you want it. So there you have it, Rethink an Email. I think it's the way to go. It's changed my work life drastically, helped me take some deep breaths when I'm ready to open email, and I feel like it's something that I can open and attack, and it's not something I need to react to. Let me know what you think.